بر محمد و آل محمد صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد و آل محمد. اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. ناظر کلام سلام علیکم یا علی مدد.
علیکم السلام و علی مدد.
Dear viewers, we are once again back in front of you with yet another episode of Wilayat Media. This time the episode will discuss Wilayat And Arkan. Our sixth Imam, Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam, says, Zikruna min zikrillah. Our zikr is from the zikr of Allah. That is, remembering us is remembering Allah. Today we are here to discuss a very important topic, that is once again a WF6 agent by the name of Mullah Jafar has again tried to belittle some of the acts of Azadari. Before we start the questioning session, I would like to welcome Allama Sayyid Ali Hamid Jafari Sahab. Aga salamun alaikum ya Ali madad.
Alaikum assalam wa ali madad.
Aga, this Mullah Jafar has been repeatedly attacking the various arkans of Asa. We'll start with one of the clips which has been recited, I think, in UK or Canada, and he has questioned some of the acts of Azadari. So we'll see his first clip and then you can take it forward from there.
Okay.
We live in Canada, we don't live in Pakistan. Yeah? We live in Canada, we don't live in India. We live in Canada, we don't live in Africa or wherever we came from. I'm not in favor of the way we are doing these things currently. You know? What message, honestly, we got to think about this. What message are we giving to the world when we go out in downtown Toronto or downtown Winnipeg? I don't know if jaluses are held here, but let's say it was, right? What kind of message am I giving to the world when I go out in downtown or any busy area and I bring out tabuts with me?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية أمير المؤمنين والأئمة المعصومين عليهم الصلاة والسلام ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. Dear viewers, Salamun alaikum ya Ali Madad. It is very sorry state which we see among some of the scholars who are irresponsible, and they are giving such statements which we don't expect from a lover of Ahlul Bayt who's got passion about Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam. What he's trying to convey, I just don't understand. I think I have seen this clip. Somebody has sent it to me as well, and it seems that it is from a speech of this person, Mullah Jafar, from which he gave in Winnipeg, Canada, in which he said that the clip which we have shown, that he says we live in Canada, not in Pakistan, or we live in Canada.
He's trying to belittle the Azadars of India and Pakistan.
Yeah, and he's also belittling the Azadar of Africa, because he's from the actually African Khojas which are called, but actually originally they are from India, from Gujarat. All the Khojas are originally from Gujarat, as you know, you are a Khoja yourself. So Professor Raheel Ajani, the problem is, what is the sense, what is he trying to say? If you take out Julus in Canada or any part of the world, why can't you do what you are doing? And what objection has anybody on these acts of Azadari? Or what objection, what right he has to object on the acts of Azadari? If he's saying this, that we are not in India, we are not in Pakistan, we are not in Africa, I think he's trying to convey that we should adopt the culture of Canada and take out the julus and procession of Imam Hussain alayhi salam in the culture of Canada. So in that sense, if you go to jungles, and you live there,
should take
and
the culture of
then will you adopt the culture of the jungle?
We should behave like animals.
Is he mad? What is he trying to say? Or if you go to, for example, a country, I'm not, astaghfirullah, I don't want to say this, but I have to say this to convey the message, that if you are going to a place where people live semi-nude or fully nude, how will you take out the procession there? You have to take out procession in the way in which Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam says, wherever you live, the only thing which actually logically which can be conveyed is, when you go to a particular country, then in that country you have to see what is the local language, and maybe you can have some nohas in that language, some speech in that language, and some leaflets in that language. Otherwise, you don't have to change the whole procession according to the culture of that particular country, because you have to have Islamic culture everywhere, isn't it? So what he's trying to say is not good. Anyway, he has not understood the basic theme, the basic purpose, the basic intention behind these processions. It is expression of love for Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, or it is the wish of Hazrat Zahra salawatullah wa salamu alayha, which is being fulfilled by these acts of azadari. Whether you do majlis, you beat your chest, you take out procession, you do matam, whatever you do. Actually, Janabe Zahra wished this. Now, let me show it. Let me show it from the book of Allama Majlisi, Bihar. He has written this in volume 44, which you can see, volume 44. And this is the hadith which I will show you. See on your screen. Yeah. Now first I will show the page number. The chapter is about Tarikhul Hussain ibn Ali, Sayyidul Shahada, alayhi salatu wassalam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Volume 44, hadith on this page is 37. Okay. Now, this hadith is talking about the birth of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam. Then I'm not going into the details of the whole thing, okay, but let me read the text for you. Lamma akhbar an-nabi sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam ibnatahu Fatima biqatl waladiha al-Husayn wa ma yajri alayhi min al-mihan, that when Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam informed Hazrat Fatima Zahra salawatullah salamullah alayha about the martyrdom or the killing of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam, and whatever sorrows will be there, then the next page you can see the chapter as well, chapter 34, Babu Sawabil Buka ala Musibatihi. Okay, it continues. Bakat Fatima buka'an shadida. Then Hazrat Fatima Zahra salawatullah salamullah alayha wept bitterly. وقالت يا أبتي متى يكون ذلك, oh my father, when will this happen? قال, he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, في زمان خال مني, في زمان خال مني, in a period in which I will not be there, ومنك, and you will not be there, ومن Ali, and Ali alayhi salatu wasalam will not be there. فاشتد بكاؤها, then she further wept bitterly. وقالت, and she said, Ya abate faman yabki alay, oh my father, who will weep on Hussain, who will cry on Hussain, ومن يلتزم بإقامة الأزاء له, and who is going to do the arrangements of the aza of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam. Yeah, so it is the wish of Hazrat Fatima Zahra that who will cry on Hussain and who will actually do the arrangements of Imam Hussain Islam. So this procession this julus, whether it is in India or in Pakistan or in Africa or in Canada or in America or whichever part of the world, it is actually fulfilling the wish of Hazrat Fatima Zahra sallallahu alaihi wasallam. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم يا فاطمة فاطمة صلى الله عليه وسلم إن نساء أمتي يبكون على نساء أهل بيتي, that the women of my nation are going to weep on the women of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. Now women of my nation, of course here from other hadiths we realize that this is not the whole nation which is going to weep, because there are people who object on weeping and crying on azadari. They call it haram, they call it shirk, they call it bidat. So obviously it is not the whole ummah. It is the Shia. That is why our learned scholars who have got ma'rifah, they are saying that this means that Allah is going to actually create a special community, which we see from other hadiths in which it said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has informed Holy Prophet that He has chosen the Shias from among the nation of Holy Prophet, and they are going to weep. وَرِجَالِهِمْ يَبْكُونَ عَلَى رِجَالِ أَهْلِ بَيْتِ, and the men will weep on the men of Ahlul Bayt. وَيُجَدِّدُونَ الْعَزَىٰ جِيلًا بَعْدَ جِيلٍ, and this will not be just for a year or two. They will be renewing the azadari, the act of azadari, and doing arrangements of azadari, nation after the nation, generations after the generations, groups after the groups. So this hadith shows that whatever is going on, it is not our arrangement. It is the wish of Hazrat Zahra salawatullah alaiha, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has fulfilled that promise. So if you are speaking about something as an orator, as a scholar, you have to remember this, that this is fulfilling the wish of Hazrat Zahra. And why she is called Fatima? Because she is going to protect her Shias from the fire of hell. Who is she? She is the one that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is introducing Panjatan, the holy five, He is not introducing them through Holy Prophet, not through Imam Ali, not through Imam Hassan, not through Imam Hussain. All of them are leaders. Subhanallah. All of them are divine leaders. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Hum Fatima, wa abuha, wa baluha, wa banuha. So you have to know the importance of Hazrat Fatima Zahra. She is such a holy woman, that such a holy lady, that Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam rises from his place. He rises from his place and gives his own seat to Hazrat Zahra. Isn't it? So you are talking about what? You are talking about procession, which is actually a divine arrangement, because it is against human nature to weep on the same thing every year. You can't weep on your father the way you wept when he died. You can't weep on your brother the way you wept when he died. You can't weep on your son the way you wept when he died. Next year you can't weep like that. Next to next year you can't weep like that. But we see that azadari is a divine arrangement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala against human fitrat, against human nature. So whatever rules human nature, whatever rules human intellect is azadari. So don't apply your limited intellect with limited knowledge into the acts of azadari, because this is divine arrangement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he should not actually speak like that. It is actually belittling the azadar of India and Pakistan and Africa. And if he has got not such intentions, then he should at least correct himself about the procession in Winnipeg or whichever downtown he's talking about. Whenever we go out and take our procession, we have got right, they get the permission. When the government is giving permission, when the people are looking at it and they're asking questions and they're learning things from them, nobody has got objection, then why has this Shia scholar or Shia orator has got objection? What objection he has? Maximum what he can say is he can suggest that we can have some English lectures, some English noha, and some English leaflets there, so that we can convey the message properly over there. Okay? So I hope the first question is answered by that.
I hope this Mullah Jafar is listening to our video, and if not, I'll request all Azadars to see to that he receives the video and he improves his speech henceforth.
Before you go ahead, Professor Raheel, there is a very beautiful comment from Mr. A.K. Ahmed. would he advise his ladies, Mullah Jafar, would he advise his ladies to drop hijab, which is practiced by Muslims from India, Pakistan and African nations, and ask them to wear nauzubillah bikini, as that is the popular local custom? Very, very nice answer. Very good answer. That's what the example which I gave. That you don't have to change yourself according to the country in which you live, or the city in which you live, or the village in which you live. You have to just see to it that you convey the message in proper way.
Aga, this is not the only point that he has come up with in this entire clip of 5 to 7 minutes that we have downloaded. He has come up with quite a few, I should say, idiotic statements. Let's listen to one more statement of his, then we'll discuss on that.
I'm not in favor of the way we are doing these things currently. What message, honestly, we got to think about this. What message are we giving to the world when we go out in downtown Toronto or downtown Winnipeg? I don't know if Jaluses are held here, but let's say it was, right? What kind of message am I giving to the world when I go out in downtown or any busy area and I bring out tabuts with me? Yeah? And I bring out these flags with Arabic writing in black sheets. Yeah? I bring out a Zuljana with me. Yeah? I bring out these things, and on the streets, I'm doing matam, beating my chest, not gently. Yeah? I am beating my chest like I would beat my chest at a mosque. Right? I'm asking you, what message are we giving to the public?
Now again, he's like doing just what all other WF6 agents are up to.
I don't know what kind of, he does not even have common sense. If it is actually
not so common for him, probably.
if it is actually objected, the objection is there from some Canadian person, Canadian civilian or Canadian government, then we can actually answer them. But how can he say all this? I don't agree. Who are you? Azadari is not done for you. Who are you? Look at yourself. You are born from a najis semen. In a passage of time, for 40, 50, 60 years, and then you're going to pass away. And Azadari of Imam Hussain alayhi salam is there since the time Hazrat Adam alayhi salam was created, till the day of judgment. And it will be carried on the way Quran and Al-Baqarah say, not the way you think. I don't agree with you, so what? The Azadars don't agree with you. This is nonsense what he said. I don't expect such a thing from a Shia scholar. In fact, he has objected on everything. He has objected on alam, he has objected on tabut, he has objected on Zuljana, he has objected on beating your chest. He says, do it in the mosque. Okay, why didn't government say this? Why didn't Canadian government say this? Well, you are doing this, our people don't understand all this, and it creates something which we don't like, so do it in your mosque.
It's something religious, do it in your mosque.
Do it in the mosque, it is your own personal thing. Okay, when they are allowing you to go and convey it, or go and do it, you are saying that even if I am doing an act, for example, I am doing namaz at home or in the mosque, and if government allows me, I can do it in some place.
You can offer the namaz.
Okay, will you offer the namaz over there? Obviously, those who have not seen namaz, they will come and see what is this person doing. He's bowing down, then he's going into prostration, and then he gets up and he raises his hands and he's murmuring, he said Arabic thing is written. You are actually saying Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim from Allahu Akbar to Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar in the tashahud in the end to Salam. Complete Arabic. And you are in Canada. Should you do it?
During Hajj, there are various events which people don't understand if they are not on.
So don't you give live telecast of Hajj? People say, oh, what is this nonsense going on? Anyway, now let me take one by one. Let me answer the things which he said one by one. First, he said, objected on about tabut. Tabut is mentioned in Quran. Is there any relation between tabut and the war, or tabut or the sign of a king? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, in fact a prophet, his name is Talut alayhi salam. وَقَالَ لَهُمْ نَبِيُّهُمْ. I will show it to my viewers on the screen. You can see the words and read it yourself. Chapter 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 248. You got the point? وَقَالَ لَهُمْ نَبِيُّهُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ قَدْ بَعَثَ لَكُمْ طَالُوتَ مَلِكًا. And their prophet said to them that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make Talut a king for you. Isn't it? Now the prophet is informing. Now what is he saying? What will be the sign of this person, this king? Next verse. وَقَالَ, that was 247, this is 248. وَقَالَ لَهُمْ نَبِيُّهُمْ إِنَّ آيَةَ مُلْكِهِ أَنْ يَأْتِيَكُمُ التَّابُوتُ. And the sign of his kingdom will be that he will bring a coffin for you. Subhanallah. Some people have translated, tabut can be translated as coffin, ark, or chest. Which different translators have translated. Isn't it? Even Hazrat Musa alayhi salam was kept in tabut. Okay. Now tabut is a sign of kingdom of a king. Subhanallah. Isn't it? And it is said in the history, it is said, and what will be there in the tabut? Look at your screen. أَنْ يَأْتِيَكُمُ التَّابُوتُ فِيهِ سَكِينَةٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. In which there will be peace, tranquility from your Lord. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Isn't it? Nara Haydari. Yeah. وَبَقِيَةٌ مِّمَّا تَرَكَ آلُ مُوسَى وَآلُ هَارُونَ تَحْمِلُهُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ. And whatever is remaining as a tarka from the generations of Musa and generations of Harun, and the angels will be lifting this, holding this tabut in their hands. So in a way, from Quran point of view, holding tabut is act like of angels.
And those holding tabuts are like angels.
Okay. Now tabut is mentioned in Quran in various places. My question is, what will a person from the West understand from this tabut? So should we remove this verse from Quran? Why the tabut is the sign of kingdom? The sign of kingdom should be bravery, should be power, should be knowledge. What is tabut got to do? And that two angels will hold it, and there will be some things put in those tabut, in that tabut. Things which are actually coming from the generation of Hazrat Musa and Hazrat Harun, the holy things, which is Asaf, Hazrat Musa and Imama and Na'alain and all that. What is Na'alain doing in tabut? What is the footwear doing in tabut?
Subhanallah, Subhanallah.
What is that doing in tabut? So don't go by your logic. Go with divine logic. So now if you are actually taking tabut, coffin in julus, let the people ask. We are taking it out so that people may ask. That who's there in the coffin? So that we can explain that nobody is there in this coffin. But Imam Hussain alayhi salam and the people in Karbala, they were martyred and they were actually not buried. They were not given ghusl, they were not given kafan, and there was no tabut for them. So this is actually shabih of the tabut, replica of the tabut. Because every person who dies is taken to his grave in this tabut. So in the remembrance of the grandson of Prophet, we are taking out this tabut. So tabut becomes a means of reminding others about the grandson of Prophet. What nonsense? Who are you? What kind of logic you have? How can you speak against tabut? It is haram to speak like that. Because Tabut, when it is related to Imam Hussain alayhi salam,
Exactly.
not only Tabut, he has spoken against Alam, he has spoken against Zuljana, he has spoken against Matam as well. All of them, you ask any faqih, Shia faqih, right here Shia faqih, as per Hadith Taqleed. He will say these are all Sha'irullah, Sha'ir Husainiya. Isn't it? What they say? وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِنْ تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. Chapter 22, Surat Al-Hajj, verse 32. And whosoever respects the special signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is due to the piety of his heart. It means Mullah Jafar has lost piety. Why is he speaking like that? Let's see what a great faqih speaks about the Shairullah, about the acts of Azadari.
بیدار باشید مردم ایران، بدانید کوچکترین کلمه که شاعر حسینیه را سوز کند کمر خاتم النبیین رو میشکنه.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Who is he? A great faqih, the teacher of great fuqaha, Agha Shaykh Wahid Khurasani. He's a marja. He's a faqih of Ahlul Bayt. What is he saying? He's saying it actually to the people of Iran, because there's a lot of such scholars of WF6 lobby over there who object on everything. From the right sources I have known that they even killed one of the Zuljana. But since we do not have evidences for that, we haven't shown it, we haven't raised it on our channel. But now when this person is objecting on Zuljana, I can understand where is he coming from. How, same lobby,
It's
same
the
idea.
product of that same insemination.
Same idea. Those who allow insemination from na-mahram. Okay. Anyways, we are not going over there. Let me see what. Let me show it to you what Mullah Jafar said and what Agha Wahid Khurasani said. What Agha Wahid Khurasani said? He said, "Kuchak tarin kalme ke Shair Husainiya ra sost konat azadari Sayyidus Shuhada sost konat kamar khatamun nabiyyin ra mushikan." So Mullah Jafar is breaking the back of Holy Prophet by objecting. Okay. What right he has got? If he is talking about Zuljana, that you're thinking about Zuljana, so what? So why there is Surah Adiyat in Quran, chapter 100? Take it on from Quran. Why it is talking about the hooves and the runners who run pantingly? This is talking about the horses and the hooves of the horses. There are so many horses in the whole universe. What will a non-Muslim understand by this? Quran is talking about horses, book of horses. Can anybody say like that? Nauzubillah. If you open the chapter Surah An-Naml, oh, this book is about ants. Okay, I don't want to read about ants, I'm a human being. Or it takes out chapter 29 out Ankabut, spiders. So it's a book of spiders. Surah An-Nahl, book about honey. So, don't use your brain. Don't use your logic. Your brain and logic is given to you as a gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To understand Quran and Ahlul Bayt, not give direction to Quran and Ahlul Bayt. To understand the acts of Azadari, not give direction to the acts of Azadari. Who are you? What is your position in front of great fuqaha? Nothing. Not only Agha Wahid Khurasani. Agha Naini has said all the acts of Azadari in every part of the world should go on the way it is going on. Except if there is something directly haram. Nauzubillah, if a person, nobody does like that. But if a person does something directly haram, then you can say that, this is haram, so you can't do this. Isn't it? Rest when great scholars say like that. Who is Mr. Mullah Jafar? His name seems, as I know about from some people, that his full name is Jafar. So he's got no right to say all this. About Zuljana is talking, there is Surah Adiyat in Quran. About Alam he said, there are 3 words in Arabic. which we have discussed in detail in Arkan Aza Urdu programs, Rayat, Liwa and Alam. Alam means standard, sign. Rayat and Liwa is also useful. If there is no significance, why has Holy Prophet announced that I am going to give Alam tomorrow morning in Khaybar to the one who is a man, who is so brave that he is not going to run away? Isn't it? لَأُعْطِيَنَّ الرَّعْيَةَ غَدًا. If there is no significance, why there is Alam? Holy Prophet would say, tomorrow I am going to call the most brave person. That's it. What is the significance of Alam over there? Isn't it? He can call Imam Ali and without giving Alam, he can give him an order that go and fight. Alam has got significance in Islam. And what was written on the Alam of Imam Ali? Tell Allah that you should have sent your different Qurans in different parts of the world in different languages. Why have you sent Quran in Arabic? And why there is Arabic writing on the Alam of Islam? Isn't it? So all this is nonsense. When you apply human logic in the divine acts, obviously you are going to fall in the trap of shaitan, and you are going to land in a place in which you will be trapped forever and end in hell. Come out of it, understand that these are sha'airullah, these have got significance. Now beating your chest. You beat your chest gently or you beat your chest fiercely. It is for Imam Hussain, it is act of azadari. Clap is not there in Islam. Of course it is. I am not saying it is directly said to be haram, but it is not recommended. In some of hadith there is something mentioned which I don't want to convey now. But when people are more happy, they clap in a way that you can hear it, that now this clap is not like normal clap. It's more audible. Isn't it? The level is high. Okay? So when you do matam gently and when you do matam fiercely, there are different expressions. When you are less sorrowful, you will do it gently. When you are more sorrowful, you will do it fiercely. So what is the problem? Has any Canadian objected on that? Has any atheist objected on that? Or any Christian, or any Jew, or any Hindu, or the government? No. Nobody has objected. Then who are you? Why are you objecting? Being a Shia, you should not object. You should be a part of them, and what you can suggest to them is, since we are doing this matam, but the people around us, they don't understand, so let us recite one Noha in English. Isn't it? That I will support. That makes sense. That the actual azadari of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam was in Arabic. Then when it came in Iran, there were Persian Nohas. When it came to India and Pakistan, there were Urdu Nohas. When it went to Africa, and in India, the parts where there was Gujarati, there was Gujarati Noha. In Africa, there was Swahili Noha. So that is fine. In West, you can have English Nohas. But objecting beyond that is nonsense. It shows, it makes a person stupid. And a stupid person can also get salvation. But it makes you muqassir, the one who belittles azadari. And if you belittle azadari, it is very difficult for you to get salvation. And obviously shaitan, when he whispers in a way which appears to be logical. But it is false logic. Human mind is limited and human knowledge is limited. So don't go into the areas which are dangerous for you. Speak. There is a general principle of Imam. He has protected you from all kind of problems. He says, Kullu shayin mutlaqun hatta yarida fihi nahyun. Everything is permitted unless there is a prohibition for it. Subhanallah. So if it is amongst the mubahat, and that too, I will not say that it is general mubahat. It is not only mubahat, it is an act of azadari taking out Zuljana, or taking out Alam, or taking out Tabut, or doing Matam fiercely. All these are actually Sha'irullah. So the way is Mubah, but the act is Sha'irullah. Isn't it? So don't apply your brain and don't tire yourself. Please, I request you, Mr. Jafar, if you have got a little bit of love of Ahlul Bayt, a little bit of love of Imam Hussain in your heart, please be sincere, please repent from all this which you have said.
I don't seem to understand why always they start firing arrows on the Azadars or their acts of Azadari, whether it's Zaki Bakri, whether it's Mullah Jafar, whether it's anybody from WF6 agency, I should say. Why they always attack Azadari? What's their problem?
The problem is they haven't understood Azadari. They haven't understood that Azadari itself is a constitution. Azadari itself is something which is a divine arrangement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they want to do arrangement themselves in the way they want to do it.
In fact, because of Azadari,
and what they claim that, oh, we haven't understood Imam Hussain, we haven't understood Husainiyat, and this is not the way and that is not the way. Who are you? You're not a prophet, you're not an imam, you're not a faqih. Who are you? That's why these people are also against letting out blood. We should not let out blood in the West, because in the West if people think that you are barbaric. Nonsense. In Vatican, the Christians, they let out blood for Hazrat Isa. When they can let out blood for Jesus, whose martyrdom is controversial, isn't it? Why can't we let out blood for Imam Hussain alayhi salam, whose martyrdom is non-controversial? Isn't it? So they don't object. These people raise objection from themselves and actually and try to relate it to the West or the media, or these people will say like that and that people will say like that. Nobody says nothing except these muqassirs, except these WF6 agents. All these kind of thoughts you will see in the person like Khalsi from Najaf. He was also speaking against the acts of Azadari. Mutahari, he was also speaking against the acts of Azadari. Khamnai, his mullahs, like somebody will object on the Mahdi of Hazrat Qasim, somebody will object on Tabut, somebody will object on Alam. You know, this is their problem. Okay. If you have problem against these acts, you should have some facts in your hand, some divine text to prove your point. Your theories, your logic, weird logic I would say, not the right logic. Yeah, makes no sense. Shiaism is based on Quran and teachings of Ahlul Bayt. So these people have got their own ideology, which is against Shiaism. Many a times I convey and I say that Khameneism is entirely different from Shiaism.
Subhanallah, Subhanallah.
Aga, further we'd like to show you one more clip where, just like he has belittled the Azadars of India and Pakistan, he has called the Azadars skinheads, Nazis. Just look at the clip and then please comment on that.
If you were to see this, like just flip the script for a second, right? Like if you were to see a bunch of skinheads, you know, wearing their jeans and their bomber jackets with their heads shaved, and they're out there with these Nazi symbol flags, and you see 100 of them, 200 of them, 300 of them. Are you going to go and say, hey, what's happening here? Yeah? No, you're going to run away. You're going to run away.
I am asking him, show me one person who has run away from Shia Julus. Forget about the person. Show me one small child who runs away from Shia Julus. Nobody runs away. In fact, they are curious. They come and they ask that what is going on, what has happened, why you are beating your chest, what is this flag about, what is this tabu coffin about, what is this horse about, What is the significance of these things which you are doing? Philosophers, Western philosophers have written a lot about Imam Hussain.
Of course.
Isn't it? So, julus and procession of Imam Hussain alayhi salam is very effective. It makes a person think that these people are different from the lot. They are doing something entirely different. Why are they doing this? This makes them curious.
That is what attracts them to Shiaism.
In fact, that attracts them towards Shiaism. And nobody runs away. In fact, people will run away from this type of mullahs.
We stay in India and the audience will definitely convey this message. We have seen Hindus during Azadari acts, during the julus, they are attracted to the alams and they respect, they show their respect to the alams.
Isn't it?
So why? There is something, there is a power which is beyond their understanding.
Definitely. Even in the West, I can show you people who do matam, who do azadari. There are people who have converted just because of seeing the procession of Imam Hussain. Then it made them curious, they started doing their research and then finally, because they heard the word Hussain. So who's this Hussain? Why these people are crying? Why these people are beating their chest? So these acts of azadari, relating it to Nazis. How can this person say like that? This is a satanic act which he said. They should, all of these mullahs who are speaking against azadari, and especially this one who said that skinheads easily. What about the person? What about the people in the Hajj who are skinhead? There is no skinhead in Azadari, but there are skinheads in Hajj. So related to them. In Hajj you pick up the pebbles of particular size. You can't pick up big ones. Okay, and you have to go. Then that act which you are doing during the Hajj, does it make any sense for the other people? It doesn't make any sense. Then you go in Mina and you hit the stone by a stone. And that too you can't hit like that. You have to hit in a particular way. Does it make any sense? Actually it doesn't make any sense. But it is an act of ibadat. You have to do it. You have to do it the way it is said. Hazrat Ibrahim picked up the stone and threw towards the Satan. So you have to also pick up like that and throw it. Satan is not standing over there. There is a pillar over there, stone over there. What sense does it make? But actually when you hit, it hurts Satan. You are hitting the stone, but it actually hurts Satan. How can that happen? This is divine arrangement. Arrangement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Similarly, here when you are doing certain acts for Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam, you do not realize and understand the significance of that, the depth in that, the spirituality in that, the holiness in that. So don't apply your logic here. These are divine things beyond your comprehension. You know, as I said, that a person cannot cry every year for the same act. Same incidents, same story of martyrdom. Actually it is fact of martyrdom. Story is a word which I used. Same event is discussed in front of you in the same way. Same riwayat, same narration. But still you weep bitter. This is against human nature. So azadari is beyond your logic. Azadari is beyond your comprehension. Azadari is beyond your rationality. So don't try to interfere in the acts of azadar, unless there is something directly in Quran or something directly from Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. And relating azadars to Nazis, it's a nasty thing. It's nonsense, complete nonsense.
WF6
May Allah guide them.
Jafar pe lana.
May Allah guide them, and if he doesn't deserve guidance, then may Allah curse them.
Now the next clip which we are showing will definitely make the blood boil of all the Azadars. He has compared the Allama Mubarak to the ISIS flag. What more do you expect from such events?
Last year in Toronto, there were brothers who were talking to the people who had just stopped to watch what was happening. Things are being recited in Urdu. There are black flags that look like ISIS flags. Yeah? There is matam that is happening. It's cold and they are doing matam. And so they asked the people. They said like, hey, what do you think is happening here? And you know what their response was? They said, we thought this was an ISIS march. Yeah? What message of Imam al-Hussein are we giving? Be honest to yourselves. What kind of message? If I want to go out in a julus for my needs, for my spiritual needs, then do it in the parking lot. There's no need to go out in downtown Toronto. Yeah? But the moment I step out of my property, I am now spreading the message of Imam al-Hussein to the world, not for me anymore. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't do it. Do it. There are ways to do it. There are times to do it. No one's going to stop you from doing what you want to do in your own mosque. But the moment you step outside, we don't realize that
The first thing which I will tell him is he should actually himself be in his limits. He's saying the moment we go out. I'm saying the moment you are on the pulpit, don't convey your thoughts to the masses. Convey what Quran says and what Ahlul-Bayt says. Because pulpit is not a place where you express your own feelings. True. Now you are speaking from a very important place, holy place. Pulpit is actually, we do ta'zim of mimbar. So when you speak from there, you have to speak what Quran says and what Al-Baqarah says. Keep your thoughts with yourself. Do your research perfectly. And then you start conveying. How can you relate the alam of Maulana Abbas to the ISIS flag? Even shapes are not matching. Even the shapes are different. How can you do that? And astaghfirullah, I would say that he is lying about it.
Definitely.
He is lying because I go to UK, I recite majalis there. I have got a lot of friends who are orators. I have got a lot of people, relatives in the West who actually go in the julus, and nobody has ever said this. ISIS is against Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. And the people in the West, they know it very well that Shias are different from other Muslims. Even other Muslims are different from ISIS. Common Muslims are not like ISIS. ISIS has got an ideology, Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Okay. Similarly, Khamenei lobby has got a plan, ISOC, Islamic State of Kashmir. If anybody is to be related to ISIS, that is they. And plus, there is a relation between them. ISIS people have gun machine in their hand, isn't it? And Hezbollah flag has gun machine on it. How can a flag and standard of Hazrat Abbas be related to ISIS? Na'udzubillah. And the procession of Imam Hussain in which matam is going on, Noha is going on. How can you talk like that? How can you relate it to ISIS march? What you are talking is complete nonsense. It is not logical, it is not rational. It is against Quran, against Al-Bayt, and against human logic. Of course. Nobody in the West ever called Shias to be like ISIS, or Shia procession to be like ISIS procession. What is the validity of your statement? What is the authenticity? And if, just for the sake of argument, if I accept that what you said, somebody said like that, what did you explain to them? You should have explained to them, no, it is different. In fact, ISIS has an ideology to kill people, and we are talking about supreme sacrifice. So they both are not related at all. Our ideology is different. We are not talking about khilafat in the whole world, in the ghaibat of Imam alayhi salatu wassalam. Only divine Imam who is occurred, he will come and he will do what Allah commands him to do. But ISIS people, they have got the concept of khilafat in the whole world, that they want to appoint, have Islamic government in the whole world. And that plan matches with the concept of Wilayat Faqih. Isn't it? So if Shiaism is in danger, it is because of Khamenei and because of Hezbollah, not because of the alam of Maula Abbas or the Jews of Imam Hussain. What he's saying is
I would like to have a question for Mullah Jafar. What do you think about the flag of Hezbollah? Can you compare that to ISIS? Can you say it on screen? Can you send a recording of that? That the flag of Hezbollah is an entity of ISIS. And even there it's written in Arabic. Fantastic.
Okay, fine.
Can you say that?
Okay. Azadari, A.K. Ahmed again writes, Azadari and Matam are live miracles of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, which has no parallel in any religion. Then Mr. Ali Akbar Sarwar writes, I think he's on high drugs and has gone totally insane. Yeah, the way he's speaking, I don't know. Anyways, I'm not saying this. This is said by someone else. Now there is one Mr. Shams Chaudhry. He has written, in Boston, every year we do julus openly, without any hesitation. Yeah. In fact, in the whole world, in Australia, in Canada, in America, in West, all the countries, in Gulf, and in wherever there is no restriction, in Asia, in Africa, everywhere procession is held. And nobody speaks like that. Whatever he's saying is complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. As I said, the only thing which can be said, which I also convey to the people, that only what you should try to do is, since your generation, the next generation which is living in a particular country or city, if they are going to go in the school, which for example is in English, in Africa maybe it is in Swahili, in Gujarat it is in Gujarati, you should have some know-hows in that local language. You should have some speeches in local language and some leaflets in that language. But you should not leave your own culture, because if you are not having effect on yourself, you cannot influence others at all. Isn't it? What he's talking is against rationality, against logic. It's nonsense. And if he is actually on that track, if he's comparing these things to ISIS, if he's comparing the Shia procession of Imam Hussain Islam to ISIS, okay? ISIS people, they also wear turban. They're wearing rida. So what about these mullahs? What about this ulama? What about Khamenei lobby? Now this person, Mullah Jafar himself, he is wearing cap. Some of the ISIS people also wear the same cap. Okay, he is wearing rida. Some of the ISIS people also wear the same rida. So he should go in jeans and t-shirt on the road. On all these mullahs, muqassir mullahs who have got objection on the acts of Azadari, they should first take out their turban, because turbanites are famous as terrorists. Lot of terrorists are wearing turbans, isn't it? So they should take it out, take it off.
Definitely.
What is this? This is complete nonsense. That is different. ISIS is entirely different. Imam Hussein's procession, and in fact I will tell you, this is not in our hand. Allah said in Holy Quran, Inna alayna lal huda. It is upon me to guide. It is not on Mullah Jafar to guide people. You just try what your part, your role, limited role. In fact, you are spoiling your akhirat by saying all this nonsense. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides people towards Imam Hussain, towards the procession of Imam Hussain, and towards the flag of Maula Abbas. It is divine arrangement. It is not our arrangement. So be careful when you speak like that. Is there any other question?
Yeah. There are two more questions. Further, if you go in the speech that he has orated, he is talking about Tabut again. He is saying the holy coffin is a cultural act and insignificant. Let's just have a look at the clip and then discuss.
Between cultures alone, between Shia cultures, there is confusion about what happens in the moments of azan. I was in LA, true story. I was residing in Los Angeles. I was residing at an Iraqi center. And one of the brothers from that center went to a Pakistani center for one of the nights because he was closer to his work. And I think it was the Shahadat of Mohammed, the 6th night. And so they took out 2 tabuts, right? And they did the round inside the mosque. And then the guy comes to me the next night, he said, "Sheikh, I have a question." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I went to this mosque and they took out these coffins." I was like, "Uh-huh." He's like, "Who was in the coffin?" Yeah. This is a Shia, yeah, who just happens to be from a different culture, but that culture has never experienced what you and I experience. If there is confusion between the own madhab based on cultural differences, imagine the kind of perception we're giving to people.
Very strange. He does not know to choose a proper word. The difference is not confusion. There is cultural difference, it's not confusion.
Definitely.
Okay. If somebody came to you in LA, if you are right at all, which I doubt, if you are at all right that somebody came and on the Shahadat of Hazrat Muhammad, which actually is on 6th night, what he has Anyways, now here also maybe he will say that there is a different night.
Maybe the viewers would like to hear that clip again.
Between cultures alone, between Shia cultures, there is confusion about what happens in the moments of azan. I was in LA, true story. I was residing in Los Angeles. I was residing at an Iraqi center. And one of the brothers from that center went to a Pakistani center for one of the nights because he was closer to his work. And I think it was the Shahadat of Muhammad, the 6th night. And so they took out 2 tabuts, right? And they did the round inside the mosque. And then the guy comes to me the next night, he said, "Sheikh, I have a question." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I went to this mosque and they took out these coffins." I was like, "Uh-huh." He's like, "Who was in the coffin?" Yeah. This is a Shia, yeah, who just happens to be from a different culture, but that culture has never experienced what you and I experience. If there is confusion between the own madhab based on cultural differences, imagine the kind of perception we're giving to people.
What he has said, there is confusion in your own mazhab. There is no confusion. There is confusion in your mind.
Exactly, definitely.
There is cultural difference, and cultural difference is all covered in mawaddah.
Of course.
What Allah demands from us in Surat Al-Shura, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, قُلْ لَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ أَجْرًا إِلَّا الْمَوَدَّةَ فِي الْقُرْبَى. Isn't it? So all the acts of azadari fall in mawaddah. With the cultural differences, you are allowed to do it unless it is haram. Isn't it? So it is not confusion. You are confused. What is the validity of your argument? Nothing. Nothing. You are saying on the night of Shahadat of Hazrat Muhammad. First of all, that is not the night of Shahadat of Muhammad in which the coffin is taken out, in which the tabut is taken out. The night of Shahadat is actually the night of Ashur, because all the Shahadat took place. So even this is cultural. Because Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam did not choose a night, fourth night for this and fifth night for this and sixth night for this and seventh night for this and eighth night for this and,
Very good.
isn't it?
Very good.
But nobody objects on that. Because then you get space and time to actually discuss a particular personality in detail. Isn't it? And take out Coffin or take out Allama or take out Mehndi or take out the other things in the remembrance of Hazrat Ali Akbar and Imam Hussain, and take out the cradle in the remembrance of Hazrat Ali Asghar alayhi salatu wasalam, and then that act of mourning becomes very effective. To make it effective, the nights are divided. So even that is cultural. So tomorrow you are going to object on these nights as well. That we should have only one night, that is Shab Ashur, Laylatul Ashur, and that's it. So that it makes no sense. If somebody asked you in LA that who was in the coffin and he did not know, you should have told him. Your duty is to explain to him, not to object. What do you want? Should we remove coffins? Should we stop tabut? You should explain to him that this tabut is taken out in the remembrance, and then you should recite Sahab of Hazrat On and Mohammed. And he is smiling while he is talking about this. He is not sad. Allahu Akbar. How can you talk like that? These people, they live in the West and they are born and bred over there, brought up over there. So they have just got English accent, that's it. Their research is zero. So your accent is not religion. Your style and oratory is not religion. Religion is based on Quran and Ahlul Bayt. Isn't it? They lay down the principles for religion. So tabut is an established act of azadari. It is a holy act of azadari. No faqih has objected on that. Who the hell are you to object on that? How can you object on that? Why are you objecting on that? And why you are actually putting doubts in the mind of people of Winnipeg, Canada, by conveying something which may have happened in LA or may not have happened. If you had to convey, you should have conveyed it in a positive way. That person asked, and I explained to him that in your culture maybe the coffin is not taken out, but this is the shabi of the tabut, or it is in the remembrance that tabut was not taken out in Karbala. That is why we are taking it out. And then you should have conveyed it in a positive way.
Of course.
How can you talk like that in a negative way, putting doubts in the mind of people? Are you trying to stop alam? Are you trying to stop tabut? Are you trying to stop suljana? Are you trying to stop fierce matam? What are you trying to do? And you are sitting on the pulpit, people think whosoever comes on the pulpit is like angel. Whatever he is speaking from Allah and from Prophet and from Ahlul Bayt. Maybe because of these type of orators, Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam have conveyed to us that do not fall in the trap of those who learn things from us. In Hadith Taqleed also, he is not even claiming to be a faqih. But even if somebody claims to be a faqih, even he can misguide people as per Hadith Taqleed. And if anybody puts doubt in the minds of people, then what they are, hum adarru ala zu'afai shiyatina min jaysh Yazid. Now here it is very relevant why I have conveyed this, because only Yazid and Yazidis don't like act of azadari of Imam Hussain. There is a relevance. Hum adarru ala zu'afai shiyatina min jaysh Yazid. They are more harmful for our weak Shias than the army of Yazid. And Imam gave the logic, because the army of Yazid killed Imam Hussain alayhi salam and his companions, and all of them have got elevated very high levels in Jannah. But those people, these scholars, evil scholars who will put doubt in the mind of people, when they actually kill somebody with the sword of their doubts, that person will go to hell. That is why they are worse than the army of Yazid.
Aga, going through all the clips today, what I feel is that all the acts of azadari, whether it's Zuljana, whether it's Matam, whether it's Tabut, or whatever acts it might be, whether it's, he said in one of the clips, the message, the way the message is displayed, the way the message is conveyed, needs to change. So he wants to change the entire concept of azadari.
Okay.
We'll have one more clip based on that, and that's the final clip that we'll be discussing for today.
The reality is that we can.
There is some technical error. Okay.
The reality is that we can no longer have that mindset that Hussein is just mine. Hussein is not mine. Hussein belongs to the world. And if I want to give the message of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam to the rest of the world, it has to be in a language and in a form that the rest of the world can accept. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And you know, if right now you're finding it hard what I'm saying, right? That's okay, you live with it. Yeah? You live with it, think about it, you'll understand. You'll understand, right? Because it's logical. It's logical that if you are intimidated by something, and it's natural to be intimidated, right? You wouldn't approach that particular thing. You wouldn't come close to that particular thing. We have to present this message in a different way altogether than the way it's being presented. But oftentimes, you know, the reason why we have difficulty is because we have not understood the message ourselves.
In fact, he has not understood. In fact, he has not understood the message and the concept of Azadari himself at all. In the whole, I think all these points, if you put it together, it's 5 or 6 minutes, isn't it? He has not conveyed one verse of Quran, not one hadith of Al-Baqarah. It's all his own opinion. And as per hadith of 6th Imam, Awwalu man qasa Iblis. The first one who applied his guess for his personal opinion was Iblis. So why is he applying why is he doing qiyas? Why is he applying his own logic?
He's a student of Iblis.
And Imam alayhi salam, I would give you my space and say that if you are a student of whosoever, try and become the student of Quran and Ahlul Bayt and convey hadith to convey your point, convey Quran to convey your point. Otherwise your logical things will destroy you as well as those who are listening to you, isn't it? What I'm saying is, there are direct hadiths which says that keep away from the people who have got Rai or Zan, their own personal opinions. There's a chapter in Kafi against Rai, against Qiyas. Why are you doing all this Qiyas? For what? Islam, the day it came, from that particular day till the day of judgment, it is for the whole universe. It is for the East as well as for the West. It is for all the continents. So what direction you have given, has any Imam given that kind of direction? If there are direct directives from Imams, direct verses of Quran, convey, everyone will accept it. Otherwise don't apply your own logic. If you want to actually convey certain things, which I said from the beginning of this program, that maximum what can be done in West or in any part of the world is try and convey the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam in such a way that they come towards the ark of salvation. Okay? You are saying Imam Hussein is not just mine, he is for the whole world. I would say first you understand that Imam Hussein is first mine, then think about the whole world. You have to first think that he is yours. How can you talk against the acts related to Imam Hussein alayhi salam? How can you belittle Alam? How can you belittle Tabut? How can you belittle Zuljana? How can you belittle fierce Matam? It has got a spiritual effect on the person, isn't it? There are direct narrations which say that Malaika do fierce Matam for Imam Hussein. Allahu Akbar. Malaika, Anbiya, they weep bitterly for Imam Hussein. The Zuljana, which comes out, even in the West, I have seen in the West, no Englishman disrespects Zuljana. In fact, I have answered some of the English people who come forward and say, why is there a horse in this procession? What is the significance? What is the relevance? And I have explained to him. And he was very, what you can say, spiritually moved by that explanation. That there was a horse of the grandson of the Holy Prophet. The horse was also martyred. And this is the replica of that horse. He was moved by that argument. And he saw that people are kissing, so he himself went and kissed the horse. Isn't it? Our children, they also understand. They don't kiss every horse.
Subhanallah, Subhanallah.
They don't understand. So Mullah Jafar should think what even a Shia child understands. How can others not understand that? Even a Shia child understands that we don't have to kiss every horse. He kissed the replica of the horse of Imam Hussain. Unfortunately, whatever he has conveyed is complete nonsense, and what he is saying is, if you are finding it difficult, live with it. Who are you? Why should somebody live with your thoughts, with your opinions, with your nonsense? I would have used some other words, but anyway, I will not use that. How can you think, see,
when Allah says there is no compulsion in religion, He is trying to force.
He does not know that these acts of azadari, he does not know that there are direct narrations which say that you cannot even weigh one drop of tear which comes out in the remembrance of Imam Hussain. There is a hadith which I will show you from Kamilul Ziyarat. Okay, this is Kamilul Ziyarat. Okay, from Jafar ibn Muhammad ibn Qulawayh al-Qummi, who passed away in 367. Very, very authentic book. Okay. Now there is a beautiful hadith in this. Al-Babu Thalith wa Thalasun, chapter 33. Man qala fil Hussain shairan fa baka abka. One who conveys one couplet for Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and he weeps and makes other weep. Page 113. Now see, there is a hadith. Hadith is 302. Waroya an Abi Abdullah alayhi salatu wassalam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Qala likulli shay'in sawab illa dam'atu fina. Apparently it seems the translation, if you do what well, for everything there is reward except for the tears for us. It will be a wrong translation. It means that for everything there is a particular sawab mentioned. That if you pray this much sawab is there. If you do namaz, wajib, this much sawab.
It's measurable.
Mustahab, this much. So it is measured. It is mentioned. The measure is mentioned. The weight is mentioned. But there is no measure which can count or weigh the tears for Imam Hussain.
Subhanallah, Subhanallah.
It means as per this hadith.
Labbaik ya Hussain.
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 Labbaik ya Hussain. Now if you make one person cry because of the procession of Imam Hussain, you will see people have different kind of natures. Yeah? And they are moved by different types of acts. Some people, they listen to speech and they start crying and weeping. Some people, they don't cry when they listen to their speech. But when they see coffin, they start crying. When the alam comes out, they start crying. Some people start crying when they see Zuljana. You know, everybody is moved by different things. Some people don't cry in the mosque, but when they go out in the procession, they start crying and weeping. Isn't it? So everybody is moved by different things. So don't stop any of these things. Now, if one person is crying in one procession of Imam Hussain, whether it is in Canada, Winnipeg or Toronto, or it is in LA, or it is in UK, or it is in any part of the world, east or west, anybody, one person, according to Imam, it cannot be weighed, it cannot be counted. It means even Jannah is not the real reward of that. That is the last reward, that is why it is given. Otherwise, when reward is unlimited, when act cannot be weighed and cannot be counted, the reward has to be unlimited. As per this hadith, it is proven. What do you know? You know nothing. Mr. Jafar, you need to learn this hadith. When you are talking about acts of azadari, talk only from the verses of Quran and talk only from hadith of Ahlul Bayt, and that too, convey positive message, don't put doubts in the mind of people. Hold tabut of Imam Hussain alayhi salam and ask tawfiq from him to understand what tabut is. Hold Allama of Hazrat Abbas and ask from him tawfiq to understand what alam is. Isn't it? Not only this, even if you are not crying, why you take out procession, why you take out alam, why you take out tabut, why you take out Zuljana, why you are doing matam fiercely? In the love of Ahlul Bayt, in the love of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad, in the love of Imam Hussain. What is the reward of that? You are not even crying. Some people say, well, you are not feeling like, you are not feeling painful, you are just doing matam, you don't feel the pain. But actually you are doing all these acts in muhabba, love. What is the reward of that? Okay? That particular day in which you took out the procession in Winnipeg, Canada, or Toronto, what is the reward of that? Who will gauge that reward? Who will judge? Who will weigh it? Who will count it? Let me show it to you from another narration from Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam. This is Bihar. Volume 27, and there is a hadith from Imam alayhi salam. In Kitabul Imama, volume 27, page 103. Hadith number is 72. Isn't it? Even Adad is good.
Subhanallah.
Okay. Allama Majlisi has relied on this hadith, and it is also conveyed in the Sunni references. And in Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam,
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Hubbu ali Muhammadin yawman khairum min ibadati sana. The love of Ali Muhammad for one day is better than ibadat of 1 year. وَمَنْ مَاتَ عَلَيْهِ دَخَلَ الْجَنَّةِ. And when who dies due to this love, he enters paradise. There are only two places where you can land. You can either land in hell or land in paradise. Okay? So that day in which you take out procession, if anybody over there, he dies in the love of Ahlul Bayt, Jannah is guaranteed for him.
Exactly.
And lot of other tradition convey the same concept. That love of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam is so great. One day of love is khairum min, means better than 1 year's worship. Now what is 1 year's worship? Namaz is included in that. Roza is included in that. Hajj is included in that. Zakat is included. All the ibadat, there is no restriction. There is no exception. It means all the ibadat are put together in one place for the whole year and one day of love of Ahlul Bayt. Subhanallah, subhanallah. But still, the love of Ahlul Bayt will weigh more than that. It is very, very strange that how these people can speak like that. Forget about even one day of love or tear. One sigh, when you say, Ya Hussain, when you say, you do. Or you don't even take name of Imam Hussain, just say, whichever language, whichever way of expression. Or even you don't say anything for him, you just breathe like that. Sigh, breath of sigh. Isn't it? Sadness, which expresses sadness. What is the worth of that? Okay? I will not say it myself. Let's have a look at it from the hadith of Ahlul Bayt. Kafi is from Kutub Arba'a, isn't it? In one of the chapters in Kafi, chapter 98, Babul Kitman, volume 2, Kitabul Iman wal Kufr. Yeah. This is Kitabul Iman wal Kufr. And this is Babul Kitman. Now there is a hadith from Babul Kitman. The last hadith which I am conveying is also the last hadith of this chapter. Okay? Hadith is 16. Look at this hadith. Beautiful hadith. All the hadiths are beautiful, but this is related to this particular topic. I am leaving the narrators, chain of narrators. Sami'tu Abu Abdullah, one of the Abi Mansur says, I heard Abu Abdullah alayhi salatu wassalam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Yaqul, he said, Nafasul mahmume lana. Nafasul mahmume lana al-muhtammu li dhulmina tasbihun. The breath of sigh, the breath of sadness, due to the sorrow which you feel due to the oppression done on us, is tasbih, is glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Akbar. Just one sign, you're not conveying anything, you're not even having tears in your eyes, nothing, just a sigh due to the pain of Ahlul Bayt. It's like tasbih. وَهُمَّهُ لِأَمْرِنَا إِبَادَةٌ. And having sorrow for our affairs is great worship. So Mullah Jafar has objected on the greatest worship, that is the procession of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. On the greatest holy signs, Shairullah, that is Alam, Tabut, Zuljana and Matam. And excuses, when you go out, you have to do like this or you have to do like that. All that is nonsense. When you go out, what maximum he can suggest or he is allowed to suggest is, he can suggest that, mashallah, it is holy act of azadari, a lot of reward you will get and it will have effect on others also. But to make it more effective, we can use the local language in the Noha, have some Nohas like that, some speeches and some leaflets. Maybe you come out with some videos, put it on Facebook, put it on WhatsApp, put it on other social media. That's it. You have got no right to object on these holy acts, because these are divine acts, divinely arranged by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So don't apply your limited mind and don't use qiyas, rai and zan, which is haram in the religion of Ahlul Bayt.
Subhanallah. By Mullah Jafar Kafir La'nat.
I convey one thing over here, because my brothers and sisters in West, they are not used to this kind of land that is done. It is done for a reason. But I'll still give a space that may Allah guide Jafar. But if he is not worthy of guidance, then may Allah curse him. That's the only thing which I can convey in the end.
Well, so Mullah Jafar, if you are watching this video live, you are woefully exposed again. And in future, inshallah, we'll keep on exposing all such WF6 agents, whether it's you, whether it's Zaki Bakri or anybody else. So better correct your ways and correct your akhirah. Because remember, at the end you have to go inside the grave and face Maula Ali. And when he questions you about Azadari, about this lecture of 10 minutes, you'll have no answer. And you'll be again left exposed in front of Maula Ali. And this is a lesson for us, all Azadars, to stop such WF6 agents from sitting on the pulpits, whether it's India, Pakistan, UK or any other country. We have to stand against such idiots who are talking against Azadari. That's it from us today. Before we end, I'll request Aga to recite the dua of the 12th Imam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma kun libarika al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan al-Askari salawatuka alayhi wa ala abaihi fi hadhihi as-sa'a wa fi kulli sa'a waliyan wa hafizan وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا اللهم صل على محمد.